The first card you have, your past, is the Queen of Swords. I'm seeing you putting your guard up at this time, putting your sword up like this queen. I'm actually seeing a lot of conflict around something, not arguing or anything like that, but I'm seeing some kind of conflict, some kind of contradictions, not contradictions, what's the word? I can't think of the word. It's like, you're having some kind of conflict inside your head. You're kind of not sure what to do at this time. I'm seeing this could have been a really, really difficult time for you, actually. I'm seeing someone who you couldn't bear to have around you. You couldn't bear to be around someone. Even listening to their voice, listening to them, gave you this horrible feeling. You just could not bear to be around this person that, normally you'd completely avoid someone like that. So would I. I actually have quite a few people I do avoid who are like that. I can't even bear to look at them. But this person was around someone who you wanted to be around, if that makes sense. This is like this horrible person was around someone who you cared about. So you couldn't stop seeing this person unless you stopped seeing the other person, if that makes sense. So yes, you cared about one person and they might have been around this horrible person. So they might have even been married to them or in a relationship to them or something like that, and they kind of stuck together, so you couldn't quite see one person by themselves, if that makes sense. Now, you might have tried to see them by themselves, this person you care about, but I don't think you were able to do that. You might have even tried more than once to do that, to meet them by yourself or do something, but it wasn't working. And I'm seeing these two people, they might be in a relationship. I keep on seeing that. They were putting up some kind of a front. They were pretending that everything was fine to the world, but actually they did have a lot of problems. They probably still do have a lot of problems. So this person who you care about is going to need your support in the future. So try not to lose contact with this person, even though I know it's probably really, really difficult and stressful for you. You might even have to kind of bear being around this horrible person to kind of keep contact with the person you care about, because I am seeing that they are going to be in some trouble in the future, and they are going to have someone with them, supporting them and caring for them. They are putting up a front at this time, pretending everything's fine. Everything's not fine, and I think you know that. And I think you're going to have to be the person who cares for that person when things go wrong. So keep in some kind of contact, even if it's just text, even if it's just a phone call every now and again, just something, just keep it up with them, even if you can't bear being anywhere near this other person. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, your past, is the Lovers. I'm seeing choices in this card, choices in a love situation, actually. There could have been someone who was a little bit, not a little bit, a lot actually, in and out of your life, in and out, in and out. I keep on seeing that. Now, I'm not seeing dramatics. I'm not seeing that they were kind of walked off in a great big fit and they went really upset and they stormed off and slammed the door or something. It's not that kind of thing. It's not arguments or fights or anything like that. I'm seeing this person might have been quiet, a bit emotionally unavailable to you, or even totally unavailable sometimes. Maybe they went off the radar, maybe you tried to contact them and they disappeared, and then, they do these things. They become, they'd be emotionally unavailable or unavailable to you, and then they'd come back as if nothing happened. It's like they came back, hi, how are you? Hello, hey. And you were like, well, you just disappeared. Or I was trying to tell you something about my life because, I support you in your life. And I tried to tell you something and you were just like, oh, I can't talk now. Oh, well, okay, fine. But not really answer. It's like, you're telling someone something, you're telling them something really serious, I'm seeing. And then they would be like, oh, okay. But not really listening to you, if that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing. Not being available to you. But then they'd come back as if everything was fine. So I'm seeing at this time you are finally just trying to kind of let go of this inside your head. It's like you were saying something like, oh, I'm just going to live my life. And if they come back, we'll see what happens then. So what was happening was, after looking to them for your needs, after looking to them for your emotions to be fulfilled and for you to feel happy, you decided to look outside of them for your needs, and you decided to look inside yourself and also on something else. So this is about you. You might have even been focusing on spirituality or something non-worldly. Because if you look at this card, the man in this card is looking over to the woman, but the woman's looking up to the angel. And I'm so glad you were doing this, because this was going to give you, this was starting to give you your strength back. That's what I'm trying. Couldn't think of the word. Oh, I can't speak. Yes, having this kind of focus on other things, on things that were bigger than you, maybe spirituality, maybe philosophy, maybe something bigger than your kind of day-to-day life and bigger than this person and your relationship with them, really helped you to find your own strength, because you're finding yourself again. That's what I'm seeing. So yes, the next card you have, your past, is Justice. So yes, you're starting to get your balance back at this time. It could have felt like, when you're around this person, it was like a seesaw. They became unavailable to you, and then the seesaw would go down. Your feelings would be right down to the floor, and then they'd come back again, and you were like, oh, and then you'd be up again, then you'd be down again. So you really needed to find this balance, and that's what Justice is all about. It's about finding balance. So this is what was happening. You're finding things outside of this person. You are finding yourself again, and this is how you're finding balance. Now, I'm seeing that you are probably going to, when they come back, you are going to talk to this person. You are going to say something to them, and what you're going to say to them is that you want this balance. You want consistency from now on. You don't want these ups and downs anymore. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have, your present, is the Fool. So yes, you're not going to sit around. You're not going to sit around trying to be patient and wait around for this person anymore. I'm getting this feeling that, a part of you could have been really afraid to kind of put your foot down around this person, put your foot down and say, enough is enough. I'm not taking this anymore, because you're afraid that you might lose them if you did that. But now at this time, you're just not worried about that anymore. You knew that kind of whispering and tiptoeing around this person wasn't really getting you anywhere. It wasn't working. And this is what you're starting to realize at this time. So you have to do something different. You really have to do something different. Nothing was changing no matter what you were doing. So you really had to do something different. And yes, the Fool is all about doing something, being spontaneous, not worrying about the consequences, not worrying about what everyone thinks of you, that kind of thing. So it's not that, it's not that you don't care about losing them. You do care about them, but from now on, it might just be that, you have to have all or nothing, and you're going to tell them that. They're either going to be with you or they're going to be against you. They're either going to be with you 100% or that's it. And, you're changing, you're becoming more confident at this time. And if this person truly loves you, if this person truly cares about you, they'll be happy about these changes that you're making. They'll be happy that you're more confident. Because what I'm seeing was before, with this up and down kind of seesaw thing going on, that was not making you confident. It was making you the opposite. And they should have been wanting you to be confident. They should have wanted you to be as happy and as confident and the best you that you could be, but they weren't like that. That's what I'm seeing. Their inconsistency was making you lose your confidence, and if they truly loved you, they wouldn't want that for you. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, your present, is the Hermit. So again, this is about you growing. This is spirituality. This is about you learning as a person, understanding yourself, learning about yourself, being kind to yourself as well. So your confidence is definitely growing at this time because you're by yourself, because you're away from this person, and your self-knowledge is growing as well, if that makes sense. So, the Hermit is really a more mature version of the Fool. He's determined to follow his own path regardless of what others have to say. but he's more mature about it. He's more knowledgeable, and he's a lot quiet about it. He's not just going to kind of say, I don't care what you have to say, I'm going to go and do this. No, he's a lot more mature about it. He might just be very patient with people. People might say, why are you doing that? And he just says, well, thank you for your advice, but I know my own path and I'm happy on my own path. It's something like that. He's more zen about it, if that makes sense. So I'm seeing, I'm also seeing that this person who goes backwards and forwards, they need to get onto this path as well. They need to get onto this path of finding out who they are. They need to have more of an understanding of themselves, a better understanding of themselves as well. When they do connect with you again properly, and I'm seeing that they probably will, you might try to show them this path because you've really grown. You're really a lot more enlightened, and you might try to say to them, hey, this is what you need to do. You need to go on this path. This is a really good thing for you. I need this, but I can see that you really need this. Now, this is a case of you can lead a horse to water. So you might kind of tell them this is what they need to do, but they might be reluctant to do this. And it might be a pride thing. They might just be thinking, well, whatever, I'm not going to do what this person says. I know what I'm doing. It might be that kind of thing with this person. So you could tell them as much as you like, but I think this person might not want to be on the same path as you. They're just quite determined to be on their own path. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have, your present, is the Four of Pentacles. So yes, okay, I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. This person probably isn't going to be open to listening to you. They're not going to be open to changing at all. They're not going to be open to giving you their all either. That's what I'm seeing. I hate to say this, but if they were going to change, they probably would have already by now. So the man on this card, he's covering his heart. He's covering himself. He's not opened. He's closed. He's closed off to you. But you still might have hope for this person, actually, even though this is all going on. You might still have hope that this is all going to work out. Yes, you know what I've told you, and I don't want to upset you by saying this over and over again, but I don't think this will. I don't think this person's ever going to change. And I think you might know this deep down actually as well. But sometimes, our brains know what to do, but our hearts struggle to follow our brain's advice or catch up to our brains. That's what happens. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's going to take you some time to kind of, I think you mentally might realize this, but it's going to take your heart a lot longer to realize this. The first card you have, your future, is Death. Yes. Obviously, the Death card is about transformation, changes that have to happen. This is what I'm seeing. So there's no going back. There's no going back with the Death card. Death is final. So yes, you might try to kind of hold on to the situation for some time after this. And I'm not going to judge you for this. I'm not going to judge you for it. I've been in situations where, I've seen all the signs. They were right in front of my face. I still couldn't move on from someone. So, you will move on in your own time, and you'll find the right time for you to do that. I keep on seeing that, you're a lot more evolved than this person. You're on a completely different path. You're actually on a higher path than this person. You're more mature spiritually. You're both just on different paths mentally and spiritually. And eventually it is inevitable. You have the Death card. You are going to be on different paths physically. You're going to come to a fork in the road. One person is going to go one way. The other person is going to go the other way. I hate to say that. This is what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, your future, is the Ten of Swords. Yes. So yes, I know this is very hard, but prolonging this, staying around this person when your mind and your instincts are telling you that things aren't working, this is only going to make you feel worse in the end. So think about what you were looking at, what you were looking up to in the Lovers card. You were looking up to an angel in that card. You were looking up to the heavens in that card. I know this isn't easy, but try not to keep on looking back toward that person. Try to look upwards. Try to keep growing. Your path is going upwards. Your inner path is going upwards. You're going to a better place. I know it's not hard to see that when you're going through this, but that's what I'm seeing. The last card you have, your future, is the Knight of Wands. So what you're going to do at this time is I'm seeing you're going to try to keep the situation out of your mind. You're going to try and keep busy. You're going to try and do a lot of things. You're going to really make an effort yourself to try and jump into a whole lot of new things. I'm seeing you trying to make some changes around your house, maybe changes in your appearance as well. But I'm seeing you doing things like moving furniture around, buying new colours, doing new things, changing things around just to feel different in your environment. That's what I'm seeing. So this is a good thing. This isn't a bad thing. You are going to get through this, of course. You are going to get through this. But, you know, if you look at this horse on this Knight of Wands, he is very out of control. The knight's trying to control the horse, but the horse is jumping up and down. So you are still going to have, of course, when you're going through this, you are still going to have a lot of ups and downs, ups and downs. Your feelings are going to be fine 1 minute, and then the next minute they're going to be right down. You're going to be feeling like, oh, I haven't even gotten anywhere. I'm back to square one. I'm missing them. I'm upset. I don't want to feel like this. What am I going to do? You're going to go through that. Of course you are. That's understandable. But as you work through this process, these feelings are going to become less and less and less around you. You're going to be feeling better as time goes on. You know, in the beginning, it will feel like I feel horrible most of the time. Then it will feel like I feel horrible a bit less. And then it's going to be like, oh, I actually don't feel horrible. I don't feel fantastic, but I don't feel horrible either. And then it will be like, oh, I'm feeling a bit better. I might do this. I might do that. I feel like doing this. You know, so it's going to evolve. It's going to be gradual, but you will get through this. That's what I'm seeing.